Hey guys, welcome to this Monday's episode. I want to talk about the Tacoma models. I'm going to explain them, break them down, so you know what one is the best for you. Now there are a ton of models. There's 7 right now in total Tacoma models, and it can be confusing when you're trying to buy one. So let's hop into this, and we're going to start from the lowest price and go to the most expensive. So the lowest price in the budget option is the SR. Now let's hop into some of these features. Now you have an option of 2 different cab sizes. You can get the access cab with the SR or the double cab. That's a 4-door. Now if you get the 4-door, you're stuck with a 5-foot bed. If you get the access cab, that gives you the ability to have a 6-foot bed on this model. Now moving past that, we have a few different engine choices on the SR. You can do the 2.7 4-cylinder engine, or you could do the big bad V6. Now continuing on to the drivetrain, you can either have a 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive drivetrain in that. Now obviously the 2-wheel drive is going to be the budget of the budget option, and then you can only have an automatic transmission with this model of Tacoma. Now this is the budget of the budget option, so if you don't mind missing the fender flares, having limited colors, and not having that e-locker and off-road abilities that the other ones have, this one's a really good one for you if you're looking to really build up a Tacoma and make it great. Now moving past the SR, we have the SR5. A couple changes made here. You have a few different options, a little bit of more combination when it comes to the bed and cab combo. You can do the access cab, 6-foot bed, double cab, 5-foot bed, but you can also do the double cab, full size, 4-door with a 6-foot bed. So that's a big, awesome addition. You can have a very long boy of a truck, But in this model, you can still only get it in the automatic transmission. And then with the engine, you still have the choice of that 2.7 4-cylinder, or you can do a 3.5 V6, the big boy, the bad V6. It's slow, but you can get that bigger engine. Now this one does give you the option to have those nice bolt-on fender flares that you see most of the Tacomas having, so that's a plus. There's a little bit of limited colors on this as well. You can't get the full suit of, Tacoma colors. So one other big change I wanted to mention on the SR5 is you have an option for some different wheels. You don't have to have the stock steel wheels that come on the SR that look pretty basic. Now moving up past that, we're going to look at the TRD Sport. Now this is the one I bought. This has a few more added options and added features that the last one and the previous one before that did not have. We still have the same option of the bed and combo. You can do the access cab 6-foot bed, you can do the double cab 5-foot and double cab 6-foot. All 3 of them really great choices, just specifically what you want to do with your truck. I went with the 5-foot because there's a little bit more of a aftermarket support for the 5-foot because it's more common. Now moving past that, let's look at the engine. On this one, on the TRD Sport, you can only get the big bad V6. There's no option for a 4-cylinder. So if you want a 4-cylinder, you're gonna want to stick to the lower tier models. Now just like all the other previous ones I mentioned, you have the choice of doing the 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive option. But here's the big change with the TRD Sport, and this is why I chose it. This is the first model in this price tier going down that you're able to get a 6-speed manual transmission. Now you can only get this with the 4-wheel drive option, so all that's going to add to the cost, but this is the cheapest Tacoma you can get the 6-speed transmission in. Now we do have more added features that come with the TRD Sport. We have the hood scoop. I like it. It's a very hot topic in the Toyota community. Some people love it, some people hate it. I love it. Give me all the fake hood scoops that you can give me because I guess I'm that guy. Then we do have the option for all the colors except the current TRD Pro model color, which right now is a really awesome orange. I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's a really cool orange. Probably my most favorite color recently for the TRD Pro. We also have a ton of packages. You got the LED light package, technology package, a bunch of different packages. You can put leather seat in this, a sunroof. You can do a ton of customization to the TRD Sport, but that also is going to cost you more money. The only option that you're really missing on the TRD Sport is going to be that e-locker and a lot of the off-road technology and abilities that the later models are going to have. So I want to mention that, but let's go ahead and move on to the next model now. The TRD Offroad is a lot of people's favorite and go-to Tacoma model. Now this one's pretty pricey compared to the other ones, but not too bad. Now what you get with this is the same, mostly the same options as the TRD Sport, with some major differences that could be deal breaking for you. So you still have the same cab options. You can do the access cab 6 foot, double cab 5 foot, or you can do the double cab 6 foot. Now you do also have the option for the manual transmission in this one, so that is a plus, only with the 4-wheel drive though. And with the engine, you're still gonna be stuck with that V6. So if you want an off-road, you're not gonna be able to get that awesome 4-cylinder engine. Now, I say awesome because I, back in the day, had a 4-cylinder Toyota pickup. It was awesome, but I'm sure nowadays most people aren't really looking at the 4-cylinders. But moving past that, the main change here is you're gonna get that e-locker in the rear that everyone makes such a big deal about. I saw a post on a forum on Facebook the other day that kind of made me laugh. It said, my fake hood scoop gets used 100% more than 90% of e-lockers. And that made me giggle, only because most of the guys that are in the communities think the TRD Sport can off-road and, you know, it's got a fake hood scoop, but when in reality, they really don't even use their e-lockers. So let me know in the comments, if you have an off-road, do you use your e-locker and how many times? Let's talk about it. Now another big change here is you're gonna get non-color match fender flares. They're gonna be black. There's also a black portion of the front bumper that is not color match. This always bothered me with the off-road, mainly because you're paying more for a less painted truck. So my TRD Sport costs less than the off-road and is painted more. Now I understand it's off-road, it's expected you're gonna scratch that up. I'm just liking my stuff color match, that's just how I am. Moving past that, you still have all the options of all the cool colors except the current TRD Pro model, and you have a ton of packages you can put on the off-road. You can put the leather seats, the sunroof, the cool LED lights, everything can be put on this truck and make it awesome. The next Tacoma model is personally my least favorite, and I think if you buy this model, you're really shortchanging yourself and costing yourself a lot of money, and that is going to be the limited model. And when they say limited, they basically mean you pay more for less in this model, and that's my opinion. So if you have a limited, let me know in the comments of why you bought that. I'm just curious. The two options with the limited are gonna be, you can do a double cab 5 foot or a double cab 6 foot. There is no ability to get this model with the access cab. You can only get this with the V6 engine and only in an automatic. There are limited colors for this as well. You cannot get the full suite of Tacoma colors on the limited model, but there is a special color. Not very impressive to me, but if you're into that kind of refined look, I'm sure you might like that. There's also limited packages on the TRD limited model. It's not even called a TRD, I think it's just called a limited. The main difference is going to be the leather. Now you have an option to do the black leather or a nice brown leather. I do like the brown leather, you got me there. But other than that, you got added chrome all over the truck. I'm not a chrome guy, I actually think it looks cheap compared to, you know, running the blackout kit. So the grille is going to be different with added chrome, just a little bit more chrome throughout the truck. Now keep in mind, you're going to be paying more for this than you're going to be paying for the off-road, but you're not going to be getting that e-locker and a lot of the off-road features that the TRD Offroad is going to be having. And the newest model for 2022 or 2023, I think it might have been 2023 this model came out. Now this is the Trail Special Edition. Now I really do like this model. It comes in a cool lunar rock. You have limited colors on this, and you also have some limited options. So you can only get this with a 5 foot bed and a double cab. Only get this with a V6. Only get this with an automatic, and only get it with a 4-wheel drive. So you're very limited to your choices on this. But that's okay, because a lot of guys, that's kind of what you're looking for. Now you're not going to be able to put leather seats on this. There's no hood scoop, and you're going to get the black fenders and bumper. Big pro to this is it's a little bit cheaper than some of the other options. Now I do believe that depending how you spec out the off-road, this might be cheaper than an off-road, depending how you spec it out, because of these limited options. There's limited colors. Do get some special bronze wheels and bronze accents on the grille, which is a plus for me. I think it looks very cool. And you get that off-road ability, you get the e-locker, you get the crawl control. So this is basically like a bare bones off-road experience if you're looking for that. I think this model is a really good choice if you're looking for a nice rig to start off-roading. I think it has all the features you're going to be looking for. Now we're on to the big boy. The most expensive model that you can get is the TRD Pro. Now this is going to come fully loaded, but also be somewhat limited to the customization you can get. You are limited to a double cab 5-foot bed, but you do have an option of a manual or an automatic. You're going to only be able to get this with the V6 engine. There are limited colors, but you're going to get that special edition year specific color, which right now it's an awesome orange. Big fan of that color. Only 4-wheel drive, but it's also come fully loaded. You're gonna have the sunroof, you're gonna have the good speakers, you're gonna have the leather seats with the orange accent, so it should, or red orange accents in the stitching, which will go awesome with that new orange color. Also gonna get special wheels, Fox suspension, the hood scoop with a black little accent on it. Different skid plate on the front, looks good, and rigid fog lights, which is a plus. For this year, it's got a pressed in TRD Pro logo into the bed. I think it looks pretty cool, some people don't. So all in all, the TRD Pro is the top of the line model. It has all the cool features and it is out of the box ready to go off-roading. But keep in mind, you're going to be paying that added price. And nowadays, that added price is a lot. So if you're ever thinking about modifying your truck, changing the suspension, adding lights, whatever, I don't recommend buying the TRD Pro unless you want to be that guy who just has the TRD Pro logo. That's up to you. Personally, for me, I'm not. Now that we've discussed all the models, what do I think is the best model for you guys? Well, that's kind of up to your use case, but I'm kind of going to break it down a little bit. If you don't care about having an automatic and you're going to be modifying your vehicle for off-road, I think the SR or the SR5 is going to be the choice for you because you can modify that as much as you want, save 10 to 20 grand, dump it right in there. With that 10 or 20 grand, you can put air compressor on there, you can run front locker, you can run a rear locker, you can get new wheels, you can really build a nice rig for that amount of money. So I always say that build it like that instead of paying the off-road price for that e-locker, because you're gonna have more fun doing it and it's just gonna be built for you anyways. If you're like me and you want that 6-speed manual transmission, you're gonna wanna get in at the lowest cost of entry. That's the TRD Sport. I'm building my truck that way, save the money. I was able to save the money from the off-road that I could have bought, and I was able to upgrade my tires, which upgraded tires to me is worth more than an e-locker. I feel like I use that way more than I would an e-locker. Now e-locker's good to help you in sticky situations, but it is not bulletproof. I've seen people using e-locker get stuck just as much as not. So in my opinion, I'd rather save that money and eventually do an air compressor setup and run a front and rear locker off that. That's just my opinion. Now if you have the money and you don't care how to spend it, get that TRD Pro and you're gonna have a good rig no matter what. Now it's not gonna be as good as these custom rigs, I'm gonna let you know, but it is a good out of the box rig to have. And if you just wanna get in off-roading and have a Toyota Tacoma that is good, the TRD Offroad is a great choice. And you don't have to worry about modifying anything. You're gonna have that e-locker, you're gonna have the multi-train select, you have the ability to get the 6-speed manual. So the off-road is a really good all-around choice. And that's kind of it broken down. I would stay away from the limited, the cost to performance just isn't there. And if you want to be special, the new Trail Edition is a great option, and I think it is pretty cool. It has all that same off-road performance as the off-road, so it is a good choice. I hope this video made sense to help break that down. After researching a while on this topic, I realized, wow, Toyota kind of made this complicated, and there's a lot of choices that you could just make one model and just add all these things, but okay, you want to do cost to entry for each model, whatever, Toyota. I hope I helped break this down a little bit. A lot of talking in this video. Please leave a like if this video helped you. It helps me know that these videos are doing good. Comment what Tacoma model you have or what one you want. And I will see you guys in the next one. Please check out this video right here. It is pretty good. I tried hard on it. And I will see you guys later.